Could be.
That's right. And how many times has it come down to Tillamook and Astoria? Year after year after year, it seems like these are the two teams that are in the hunt.
You could easily count the times that it doesn't come down to these two easier.
Yeah. We've seen some awful good games. I bet we have one tonight.
Bryant in the middle, tips it up, and Poyer almost got up high enough to tap that away, although he gives up 8 inches in height. Right wing, Seaholm with the ball. Going to come down out on top to Wetzel. Wetzel with Lund on him, left side to Oldenkamp. Astoria sagging off Oldenkamp, goes to the elbow, trying to push inside. They'll kick back to Seaholm. Cheesemakers, Oldenkamp, left side again, looking cutter underneath. Clearing the side out on top to Keenert. Keenert has Poyer on him to Wetzel. Wetzel with Lund right on his belly. Off to Matt Bryant. Matt left side to Seaholm. He'll shoot the three. No good. Looked good the whole way. Didn't go in. Steele on the rebound. Cheesemakers Wetzel. Tillamook gets it back on the turnover. Eterno had the ball heading the other way. Nice play by Wetzel to come up with it. Seaholm, sideline left, going to go inside. Looks to go post up, goes to Wetzel. On top. Wetzel, they overload the near side. Trying to pass high post. Keenert, 15-footer there. Good. Keenert hits his first shot of the ball game. That's a good sign. A streaky shooter oftentimes. Keenert drops the first two of the game in. Eterno to get it across the timeline, working against Seaholm. Finally goes to Poyer and then gets it back. Cheesemakers drop back in their 2-3 zone. It'll be a matchup zone, first trip down. Lund looking to go down low, post up, as Graham posted up on the near side, but they reverse the ball around the top of the key, now to the left. Lund has it picked clean by Wetzel again. 3-on-1 break, make it 4-on-1. Wetzel from 10, scores! Matt Bryant running the floor, wanted it in the middle. That would have ended in a flush, but instead it's a jumper from 10, and we're up 4. Cheesemakers lead 4-0.
Good to see us get off to a good quick start, and another turnover here.
Cheesemakers pick up the ball on the turnover. Wetzel, left side Oldenkamp. He'll jump it from 18. It's long, no good. Keenert rebound, puts it up and in. Cheesemakers quick start, lead 6-0. Down the floor, another turnover. Cheesemakers fight for it, get it back. Steele, Tillamook, whistle, foul, Eterno on the foul.
Boy, 4 turnovers. Astoria hasn't even got a shot up.
Oh, Astoria just really looks tentative right now, bringing the ball down and then trying to figure out what they want to do with it offensively. Not near the energy we saw out of this group up in Astoria. Keenert gets it in backcourt. Wetzel right side. Cheesemakers going to push. Down the floor. Left wing. Seaholm out on top to Oldenkamp. Down the lane. Pump fake. Step through. Off the glass. Missed it. Got his own board. Laid it up and in. Crashing the boards are the Cheesemakers, just like we saw in Seaside. And Astoria wants timeout. 5:44 left to play in the first period. Full timeout. 8-0. Tillamook lead back in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have an answer for her size, do they?
No.
So their only chance is quicks.
And right now we look quicker.
Welcome back, Cheesemaker basketball, 8-0. Tillamook with the early lead. Astoria without a shot yet in the ball game. Eterno is going to get it across the timeline to the top of the key. The Cheesemakers drop back out of their pressure. Back into the 2-3 zone. Tillamook extends. Lund with the ball. Alley-oop backside. Poyer comes up with it, lays it up and in. That was almost picked off by the Cheesemakers. Astoria comes out of the break with a nice set play to get 2. Wetzel, right wing, 4-3. In and out, no good. Tipped up. Followed. Cheesemakers for 2. Matt Bryant. Oldenkamp kept it alive. Bryant put it in. 10-2. Cheesemakers dominating the boards right now.
Yeah, already our size is showing big.
Is that a play on words? Lund with the ball in the left wing inside. Whistle, foul and a reach from behind. Matt Bryant posted up behind Jacob Graham. Doesn't need to reach there because Graham's 15 feet away and he's got Bryant between he and the bucket. He's going to have help from the backside. Picks up the first foul against the Cheesemakers tonight. Astoria underneath their own basket. Had Graham open, didn't find him. They go out on top to Eterno. Off to Lund on the far side. That's a mismatch. Oldenkamp at 6'4", Lund at 5'7", maybe. Lund with the ball in the left wing. Eterno in the corner. Bounce pass, no. Kicks it back out. Lund, right wing to Poyer. Poyer, pass inside, Graham. Graham, tough shot from 10. No good. Bryant with a backside rebound. Quick sideline break. Wetzel going to run the floor, cut off there. Out on top, no, he looks, goes baseline to Keener. High post, Cheesemakers lost it, got it back again. Tillamook sets it back out on top with Seaholm. To Keener at the elbow. Cutting inside Bryant. Kicks out left Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp pump fake, going to go baseline, reverses. Traveled with the ball.
Looked like he actually slipped a little bit, maybe, as he tried to turn the corner, but
I didn't see
I didn't see an extra step.
No.
First turnover for Tillamook.
10-2, Tillamook leads, 4:16 left to play. Tillamook has scored more points here in the first 4 minutes than they scored in the first quarter plus up in Astoria, and the first quarter in Seaside as well.
Right. So off to a good hot start. That's what we wanted to see.
Halfway through the first period of play, Eterno with the ball on top. Looks right, goes right to Poyer. Poyer gives it back up, pass down low. Got a man inside, turn around off the glass for two. Has Jake Hatcher, his first touch of the ball game, gets a pair. Whistle, foul, Eterno, that'll be two. So Hatcher got the ball down low. Cheesemakers didn't have help from the backside, and Hatcher ended up with the first bucket of the game for him.
So their point guard picks up second foul already?
He'll go out of the ball game as Max Johnson checks in.
Again, we'll see if Poyer goes to the point. That may not be a good thing.
I think Lund will go to the point in this case, but we'll see. No, Lund comes out of the ball game. So Brian Van Gundy also into the game for Astoria. High post, clear out by the top of the key. Matt Bryant, left sideline Keener. Punt fake, got his man up off the ground. Down the lane, he's fouled. It'll be Poyer's first. That's one thing that Greg Werner has really preached to these kids is if Poyer's around you, give a good up fake because he loves to fly around in the air.
Well, you saw that. First he went for the pump fake, and then he got down and got right back into the play and almost had a clean block.
Off his feet twice. By the time you can go up, down, and go up again, Keener hits a first free throw, 11-4, Tillamook lead. Second free throw's good as well. Tillamook by 8 again. Largest lead of the ball game. Equaled by the Cheesemakers. There was no more than a 4-point lead either way until the last 2 minutes of the game in Astoria. Poyer with the ball right side. Cheesemakers extend defensively. Lund off left to Johnson. Van Gundy's posted up. Johnson's going to drive baseline. Has better offensive skills than Eterno. Not quite as quick. Van Gundy double teamed. Right side Poyer. Baseline fade. High jumper. Off the glass. No good. Tipped up twice. Johnson comes down with it. He'll shoot. It's checked, but it goes to Poyer. Poyer's fouled and he scores. Tell you what, if you're going to foul Poyer, you better foul him hard or he'll put it in, and he did. Foul's going to be on Matt Bryant. And that'll be his second personal foul. He's got both of the Cheesemakers fouls.
Boy, that doesn't seem like there's any reason that Astoria should get 2 offensive rebounds there.
Well, the reason was 3 guys went flying at the shooter on the right side, which left the back door wide open for Astoria to come through. Poyer's free throw's no good. Tipped up. Keener does get the rebound.
Yeah, and sometimes we do get a little shot blocking happy.
Yes, we do. Seaholm with the ball right side. High post to Bryant, lost it, bounced it, got it again. Wetzel, elbow jumper, good. Nice little play they ran with a Keener screen and a Wetzel open jumper on the left wing, and it's 14-6, Cheesemakers.
Boy, he has a pretty stroke, doesn't he?
Tipped away, Oldenkamp loose, Oldenkamp gets it, breakaway, Seaholm, layup, 2! Cheesemakers by 10. Quickly down the floor, Lund goes the other way, 16-6, 2:20 left, first period.
You know, Astoria's not looking to shoot the 3. They're looking to work it in.
Yes, they are.
But there's not a lot of room.
Well, they have one shooter, and he's coming in shortly. Lund down the lane, kicks back to Poyer. Poyer, not a great shooter from the outside. Lund, right side, will bomb the 3. Nothing but glass. Rebound, whistle, jump ball. A quick jump ball.
Whistle.
It'll be Astoria ball. It's fortunate that it was a quick whistle because Max Johnson ripped it away and had a lay-in. But instead, Astoria will get it out underneath. Matt Bryant's going to sit down with 2 fouls. Johnny Begin comes in. Johnson looks, wrap around right side. Just into the ball game is Erickson. He's the outside shooter. Lund going to drive. Tough shot. Turnaround. Puts it up and in. Nice shot by Lund for 2. 16-8 Tillamook. Tillamook, Seaholm working against Lund in backcourt. Man-to-man pressure. Seaholm left side, throws a low pass to Wetzel, and then a whistle foul and a reach on Erickson.
You know, we wondered how the officials were going to call this game and if they're going to call it tight. And so far, it's been pretty quick whistles on not real big fouls. So
it was Johnson with the foul, not Erickson. I think they know they better keep this game under wraps where it could really get physical inside, and they don't call it there.
Yeah, he hopped on that.
The reason he hopped on that was Van Gundy was just pushing him all over the place.
Yeah. We shouldn't have said what we said about the officials. We should have just let it alone.
Turnover, Cheesemaker, 16-8. Tillamook with an 8-point lead. 1:29 left to play in the first period. Oh, Cheesemaker fans going to want a traveling there. Aren't going to get it.
That big jump, double step, kind of a jump stop.
Yep. Erickson around the top of the key, goes right side to Lund. Lund, looking cutter. Every one of these players in an all-league spot, and most of them in an all-state spot in football. Poyer to Lund. Lund, a running back for the state champion team. Dribbling the ball a long time, and that's 5-second count, Cheesemaker ball. Greg Werner was right in the ear of the officials counting for her.
She didn't need to worry about counting on her own there.
Cheesemakers bring in off the bench Josh Rodriguez along with Taylor Bloom.
Boy, Lund is certainly a downgrade in terms of handling the ball out there at the point, too.
Yeah, not quite as quick as Eterno. Not many people are, except the guy with the ball right now, Josh Rodriguez. To Bloom. Bloom, left wing, kicking out on top. Oldenkamp underneath Keener. Pump fake off the glass. Missed it. Rebound. Bloom gets a backside board. Begin. Pump fake for three. Won't take it. He'll drive. Free throw line. Left side to Bloom. Bloom sets it back up. Cheesemakers reset the offense. Josh Rodriguez with the ball right side. Cutter underneath. Bloom. He's hammered. Gonna shoot a pair.
All right. Good entry pass. Nice snappy pass down there.
Cheesemakers certainly working the ball towards the rim. Not settling for the outside shot, which they have in some games this year. Taylor Bloom will go to the line, up 16-8 with 28 seconds left to play in the first period.
You know, and as we've seen in other games, Tillamook's bench already, you know, we have 3 or 4 new players going in, and they're going to be productive too.
Oldenkamp going to sit down as Dan Ginger comes in. First free throw's good by Bloom. One more, trying to give Tillamook a 10-point lead. And he does. Tillamook leads 18-8. Very good start in the first quarter here for the Mooks. Lund going to get a high screen from Van Gundy. And now go to Van Gundy at the free throw line. He'll turn around and shoot from there and hits. Can't leave him that open. It's an 8-point game. Quickly down the floor. Keener going to the hole. He is checked by it was Poyer. Nice play by Poyer to bat it off the glass and defend. Baseline pass turned over with 1.6 seconds remaining.
Boy, 7th turnover in this first quarter for Astoria.
18-10. Cheesemakers by 8. 1.6 seconds remaining. Long pass is stolen away, and that's the end of the first period of play. 18-10. Cheesemakers with the lead after 1. We'll be back in 1 minute. Tillamook Cheesemakers, after 1 period of play, lead 18-10 over the Astoria Fishermen. Good first quarter by the Mooks.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about their slow start or their fast start, and lately they've been coming out pretty good, although Seaside was kind of slow. It's good to see them get off the mark strong.
Tillamook goes back to their starting lineup to open the second period of play. Seaholm, high post to Keener. Keener, left side to Wetzel. Trying to find there, then they do. Matt Bryant, he steps in, baseline, missed a shot. Rebound backside, Johnson loses it out of bounds. Wait a minute. Yeah, pointed the wrong way. That'll be Cheesemaker ball. So Tillamook will get it back underneath their own basket. Oldenkamp calls the play, brings it in to Seaholm. Seaholm, they go inside to Matt Bryant. Kicks off to Keener. Keener, left side. Wetzel, he's going to drive. Beats the man on the outside, but then cut off there. Going to lob it inside to Bryant. Off to Keener. Good. Didn't even move the net.
And that was sweet.
10-point lead, Tillamook, 20-10.
Boy, Blaine's had a good start to this game.
They haven't gone to him much, and Astoria throws the ball away on the near side as Jacob Davis was there. Max Johnson threw a hot one right at his feet.
Well, it's a third point guard they've already had out at the point out there. A third guard they've had at the point at Astoria.
With the ball, Wetzel, Keener underneath, Bryant, good roll, puts it up, he missed it. Follow Oldenkamp for two. Oldenkamp went to the hoop hard, caught it in the air and laid it in. 12-point Tillamook lead, largest of the game. With the ball, Poyer right side over Matt Bryant. Nothing there. Rebound comes down. Going to be Astoria with the ball and Tillamook with the foul. As fighting for it inside was Jacob Graham. I think Astoria is trying to match the big for the Cheesemakers. They just don't have the size, though.
No, but, somehow they're getting some offensive rebounds. Of course, that was an air ball, which is a very difficult one when it doesn't hit anything, it's hard to rebound that.
He certainly takes away the position you have in a lot of cases. Graham's free throw's good. Lund's going to come back into the ball game as Coach Chris Hunt realizes right away that handling the ball down the floor is going to be a problem. Also into the ball game comes Josh Rodriguez in from Matt Bryant. We lost about a foot of height right there. Free throw, second one's no good. Graham gets 1 out of 2. Tillamook has Astoria doubled up at 22-11. Seaholm right wing. Pass inside Wetzel. Wetzel kicks it out to Keener. Caught it. He's going to drive. Lays to the hoop. Missed an easy shot. Everything was right except didn't get it in the hole. Astoria down with the ball. Lund going to drive inside. Dishes backside. It's Hatcher. He puts it up. Scores, and he's fouled. Hatcher got it inside, or make that Graham, sorry, he got it inside, spun hard, went to the hole. It's going to be called on Oldenkamp, and the bucket counts. It's 22-13 as Oldenkamp picks up foul number 2.
But I didn't think Luke did much that time.
Stood flat.
Graham did a good job of getting into him.
Flat-footed with his hands in the air and got the foul anyway. Free throw is missed. Oldenkamp, top of the key, right side to Wetzel. Back to Oldenkamp, going to go down the lane. Kicks it back out to Rodriguez. They'll set up the offense again. Astoria's done a fairly good job keeping the Cheesemakers away from the offense, or away from the rim on offense. Rodriguez, left side Oldenkamp, still looking cutters. He'll shoot from 15. Gonna miss this one. Rebound tipped out. It'll be Astoria ball on the team rebound. Greg saying, give the head fake and go to the hole. And the Cheesemakers, everything they can do driving to the basket is going to be beneficial for them.
That's exactly right. That was probably a little bit out of Luke's range right there.
22-13, 9-point Tillamook lead. They've led by as many as 12. Jumper right side, Poyer is good. Poyer hits an outside shot, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, the energy of this game's gone down just a little bit.
Yep. Sometimes that happens with a hot start. Keener, right wing to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp going to put the ball on the floor this time down the lane. Got too deep. Keener with a follow lays it up and in. That rebound came all the way down to the ground. Keener got it off the floor and laid it in.
That's kind of weird looking, wasn't it? Nobody grabbed it.
Everybody went for Oldenkamp on the drive. He kind of lost control when he got there. Tillamook with the follow has a 9-point lead. 24-15. On top with the ball is Davis. Right wing to Poyer. Hands off to Erickson, yet to shoot from the outside. He's their best outside shooter. Off to Lund. Poyer now on the wing. Lund's going to drive. Step through, throws a shot up. No good. Tipped by Astoria. No good. Oldenkamp down with a rebound. Cheesemakers control with a 9-point lead. Under 5 left to play in the half. Seaholm to Rodriguez. He'll drive, but off left side to Wetzel. A long 3. It's no good. Seaholm keeps it alive. Back in. Off Tillamook, out of bounds.
Oh, boy, I didn't see that.
I didn't either. Looked like it went off Poyer out of bounds.
It may have tipped off Dan Seaholm as he was trying to make that play.
Wetzel will sit down. Bloom will come in. That's replacing good shooter for a good shooter. 4:37 left to play in the half. Tillamook up 24-15.
As yet, neither team has hit from the outside, at least 3-point outside.
Lund, right side to Davis. Davis going to give a screen, gets it to Lund in the corner. He goes baseline, tipped out of bounds off Oldenkamp, Astoria ball. The game has slowed down as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think is where Astoria wants this game to be. Poyer, step back 3, no good. Oldenkamp, tough rebound there. Went up in traffic, came down with it. Sideline break, right side, Rodriguez. Seaholm back out on top. They'll set it up. Seaholm going to give it up, run a screen. Rodriguez on top, left side Seaholm. Pass inside Oldenkamp. Got it down low, double clutch, put it up and in. Nice low post move by Luke Oldenkamp. Tillamook by 11.
Just about a turnover in backcourt there.
Astoria coach calling for the traveling on Oldenkamp. They've called it twice. You want it every time, and I don't think the first two were right. Hatcher with the ball on the right wing. Out on top to Lund. Lund, pass inside. Checked by Graham, or Graham is checked by Oldenkamp and out of bounds.
Boy, Graham got loose from and kind of sealed off Taylor Bloom and got that entry pass, and Luke just swatted it out of bounds.
Nice play defensively by the long arm of the law in there, Luke Oldenkamp, and he's going to sit down. You know, you have 2 fouls on Oldenkamp, and plays like that are chancy. Lund for 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, Astoria goes right back out to Lund. That was Hatcher with the board. Lund back out on top. They're getting too many second chances right now. Inside Hatcher, double team, triple team. Lund, 3 out of the corner. It's no good. Got his own rebound again into Hatcher. He has it tipped out of bounds. It'll be Astoria ball for the 3rd time in a row.
Boy, we don't keep rebounds, but Astoria seems like they're getting more offensive boards than what they should in terms of height difference.
Poyer on the drive, elbow jumper right side, air ball. Late rebound, save back in. Astoria gets a 4th opportunity and the foul on Josh Rodriguez.
Well, again, an air ball is a hard ball to rebound, and it actually hit the ground and had an Astoria kid jump and save it and throw it back in.
Rodriguez, his first personal foul. Dan Ginger will come in. Also coming in will be Brian Van Gundy for Astoria. Ginger in. Johnny Begin sits down. 3:05 left to play in the first half. 26-15. Tillamook needs to get a little more active. Alley-oop, backside, tipped away. Nice job by Bloom as they tried to run the inbound play on the alley-oop. To Poyer, Cheesemakers get the steal. Seaholm, right side. Rodriguez, Josh, traveled with the ball. Come on.
Boy. And again, I don't know, his foot looked like it just kind of turned funny as he did a pivot, but I don't think it really moved.
Turnover, Cheesemakers. I think about 5 of them have been traveling, called by Tina.
Yeah, I think so.
2:45 left to play, first half. Eterno comes back into the ball game with 2 personal fouls at point guard. He gets it in the corner. Pass inside, tipped away, picked off by Rodriguez. Off to Ginger. Ginger going to run the floor on the right side. Back to Seaholm. Tillamook sets it up. There's Bloom in the corner. He's going to kick. Free throw line jumper. Keener, good!
Oh, man. Blaine's having a great first half.
The only shot he's really missed is the easiest one he's taken.
When he drove and it was wide open at the hoop.
Eterno left side. Tillamook by 13. Largest lead of the game. Poyer, pump fake, left side, jumper, 15. It's no good. Whistle, foul over the back, going to be Bloom. That'll be the 6th team foul against Tillamook. Not a shooter yet with 2:07 left to play in the half.
Boy, you know, Astoria don't really generate a lot of shots, other than Poyer seems to be taking quite a few, but they're not real sure who they're going to for scoring.
Pass inside. There's Hatcher. Got a good move. Shot on the way. No good. Keener with a rebound. Has to rip it away to bring it down. Lead pass left side to Rodriguez. Josh going to drive. Oh, he's hit. No call. Rebound, or the loose ball comes out. Ginger digs it out, but then has it stolen away. Astoria comes out with the ball. Eterno going to run the other way. Into the corner he goes. Feeds on top to Hatcher. Rodriguez with a steal. Josh, break, left side, lay-in, 2! And Astoria has a player down, rolled his ankle. That's Jake Davis. And the Cheesemakers take a 15-point lead.
Well, that's just quickness right there, because Josh actually ended up with that loose ball with a couple of Astoria kids to beat, and he just flat out beat him down to the other end.
Just flat out beat him.
It wasn't even close.
And they're going to take some time to wipe some wet stuff off the floor as in a heap went Jacob Davis. And they sub. I thought they'd sub for Davis. Davis says no, he's okay, so somebody else comes out. Oh, well. Minute 39 left to play. Halftime, we're going to talk to Tillamook head wrestling coach Lonnie Yeager. We also have charity drive activities to look at as it all winds up and pulls a cork on it tomorrow.
That's right. It gets rolling tomorrow after school.
And then it is nonstop for the next 10 days. Minute 38 left to play in the half. Eterno in backcourt with the ball.
Boy, a very different game than the last time we played them.
Oh, very different. With the ball, right wing, Van Gundy. Van Gundy on top, almost stolen away again. Now it is. Ginger with the steal. Backcourt, needs some help, goes to Bloom. Bloom, left side, Seaholm with 1:15 left to play. Bloom in the wing, working against Poyer. Off to Ginger. Ginger won't shoot the three. He'll drive down the lane all the way to the hole. No call. Bloom comes down with the ball. Inside to Ginger again. Ginger, left side to Bloom. Bloom on top. They'll work the perimeter. Tillamook with the smallest lineup they can go right now. Keener at the elbow. He'll drive, kicks off. Rodriguez for three. It's no good. Poyer backside rebound. Outlet pass, Eterno. Going to run the floor sideline left. Tillamook has Astoria doubled up. Poyer on top. Van Gundy waits, cross court. Eterno loses it, but Poyer chases it down. Into Eterno, tipped away, lose it again. Lead pass Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the run, has it tipped away and out of bounds. It'll be Tillamook ball. There's no doubt Astoria's got quickness.
Yeah, they do from end to end, but I'll tell you, around the perimeter, we're out quick. That's their 14th turnover already. And most of them have been out the perimeter just trying to make some passes.
Tillamook will bring it in underneath their own basket, extended on the far baseline. 23.9 seconds remaining. They'll look, goes out on top. Tillamook should look for the final shot of the half. Greg calls, and they're going to pull it out, and Rodriguez going to hold the ball with 22 seconds remaining. Off to Seaholm with 18. Keener, left side, little motion game, looking cutter inside, staying in their offense. To Bloom on the right side with 10 seconds left. Bloom wastes his dribble, not a good idea. Now he dribbled again. That's a worse idea.
So many times when you're playing for that last shot, this does something to your brain, you know?
Yeah, makes it stop working usually. Astoria Poyer, right wing, gets ridden down the lane. Tough shot from 7, no good. Eterno follow, it's no good. And a very good first half of basketball for the Tillamook Cheesemakers is over. Tillamook leads 30-15. We'll be back in 1 minute. From 7 until noon, and then Sunday, what do you know, you can eat again. It's a turkey dinner with a silent auction for the juniors at the Swiss Hall, along with a gospel sing and dessert auction at the Nazarene Church at 7. Astoria will open up the second half with the ball in their purple uniforms, moving right to left across your radio dial. Eterno, left side to Poyer, right side to Lund. Cheesemakers stay in their zone. Lund going to drive down off to Poyer, back to Eterno. Same starting lineup. Lund will shoot the three. It's no good. Tip long twice. Eterno with a rebound.
Shortest guy in the court gets the rebound.
Oh, and Greg was not happy about that. With the ball, Lund going to drive again to Poyer. 14-12. Tillamook had the advantage in rebounds in the first half.
Should be more with our size advantage.
Certainly should. Baseline pass thrown away. Poyer was open, and he pats himself on the chest and said, "That's my fault."
Made a nice backdoor cut. He just wasn't looking to the hoop at all.
No, he was going to the other side, and the Cheesemakers get it back on the turnover. Wetzel breaks the pressure, sideline left, down the floor he comes. A little bit surprised Astoria hasn't tried to pressure up a little bit more on the Cheesemakers. Lund does. He comes out, goes belly to belly with Wetzel. Right wing to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp with a dribble, goes to the baseline, now backs in, has a double team, back out on top to Wetzel. Into the corner, Oldenkamp, wide open from 18. He missed it. Rebound. Keener comes up with it. Dribbles once. Has trouble. Gets it back out. Wetzel for 3. Good! Tillamook finally hits the long ball and takes the lead, 33-15. Poyer with the ball out of back court. Cheesemakers, that was second chance points for Tillamook that trip down.
Boy, and Astoria looks kind of defeated, I'd say. They just don't have much energy going.
6:34 left to play, second half. Third period. Eterno on top, looking for Graham. Cutter. Back to Eterno. They don't really know who to go to offensively. They try to alley-oop in to Graham, and they overthrow him and throw it away again.
This is how the game started. They turn over and no shots. That's how the second half's starting here.
Oldenkamp waits, gets the ball in. Now they're going to trap. Astoria is in backcourt. Nice job by Wetzel ahead to Keener. Keener going to get it across the timeline himself. Back to Seaholm. Nice job by the Cheesemakers there. Oldenkamp, right wing, on top to Matt Bryant. Matt looking cutter, goes off to Wetzel. Tough shot there, hit on the shot. It's an air ball. Down it comes. And it'll be out of bounds.
Boy, Lund just undercut him that time. Right in front of one of the officials, and she didn't call it. I won't mention any names, but she didn't call it.
She didn't call it. I appreciate you slipping that in. With the ball, Lund goes baseline right to Eterno, trying to back in is Hatcher. Eterno going to go down the lane, scoops to the hoop, flips one up in the air and in for two. First bucket of the second half for Astoria's 33-17. Wetzel with the ball across the timeline, works into the middle of the key, left side Seaholm, 4-3, no good. Oldenkamp backside rebound, lays it up and in. Oldenkamp with a follow on the backside gets two. 35-17 Cheesemakers. Boyer sideline right, really hasn't been much of a factor. Knock on wood so far in the game. Tillamook with an 18-point lead. Pass inside, tipped away, going to be off the foot of Keener. That wasn't a kick ball.
No, that was a pass.
That rolled off the foot. Cheesemaker fans didn't like that. It'll be Astoria ball back as Tillamook got it on the turnover, but it was blown dead. Seaholm sits down. Begin comes in. Into the corner, Eterno. He's going to drive. Out on top. Hands to Graham. Graham to Poyer. Poyer doesn't drive. Little surprise there. Kicks left to Lund. Lund, set shot for three. No good. Oldenkamp with a rebound, standing flat-footed because it came so short off the rim. Wetzel hands to Begin. Johnny will run the offense. Left side to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp out on top, kicking up. Matt Bryant, baseline. Keener was there, but it was a little bit hot, and he was screened off till right at the end. And the Cheesemakers turn it over as they throw it out of bounds.
That was a good pass. It's just that Blaine got a little shuck as he went through to the cut, and he had to bounce off that a little bit and wasn't ready to catch it.
Eterno across the timeline. Tillamook going to trap. Now Eterno backs out of it and sets up the offense. Cheesemakers move back into that matchup 2-3 zone. Makes a move right, now goes left. Max Johnson back into the game for the Fishermen as well. Eterno on top. Right wing, looking inside. Can't find anybody there. Out on top to Hatcher. Hatcher on the dribble. Cheesemakers overextended a little bit too much. They're playing a 1-4 of some sort. Poyer, turnaround shot on the way, no good. Wetzel with a long rebound. He's going to push one-on-one the other way. Goes sideline right to the baseline. Cut off there, so he hands back. Wetzel, no, Keener, free throw line jumper is good. Keener drains it. Tillamook leads by 20.
Wow. Boy, Blaine has hit, that's about his fifth shot that he's hit in that 15-foot range. Great looking shot for him tonight.
37-17, Cheesemakers in complete control right now.
Yeah, Astoria is just kind of going through the motions on offense, not even looking aggressive at all.
No, not one bit. And you're right, Bruce, they look beat.
Yeah.
Pass baseline, tipped out of bounds by Bryant. It'll be Astoria ball again.
Yeah, they're not cutting hard. They're just kind of passing it and trying to flip something in every once in a while.
So the Cheesemakers stay on defense as Bloom and Rodriguez come in. And they have 6 guys on the floor. That's cheating.
2 came in, only 1 came out there for a minute.
Matt Bryant now comes out. Looking. Johnson to bring it in. Goes to Eterno, who broke down right down the lane. He missed the lay-in. Cheesemakers get it back. Fortunate there. As defensively it broke down. And they return the favor as Bloom, a little shuffle on the right side. That was a traveling. That's what traveling looks like.
That's a little bunny hop right there.
It was, and never a dribble. It's not like the dribble was late.
No.
Just flat, never put it down.
Well, I think he wanted to shoot the 3 and then thought better of it, and by that time his feet had moved.
Johnson with the ball on the right wing. Going to drive inside, cut off by Oldenkamp. Shot on the way, no good. Long rebound comes down to Bloom, and it's going to be Johnson on the foul. He pushed Bloom right into Eterno. That was the right call. The Cheesemakers going to get the ball back.
Doing a better job already this half of rebounding in terms of that, not giving Astoria any second shots.
Well, you can see the first trip down when Astoria got a second shot, Greg was very upset. That was obviously something that had been talked about. Backdoor pass, Oldenkamp inside to Keener, put it on the ground, turnaround, doesn't get it to go, but he's fouled as Eterno had no chance in there. Eterno is 5'7", standing on high heels, and Keener had it 4 feet straight away at 6'4" and made the move, and
That's what you call a mismatch.
That's a mismatch in a bad spot for Eterno.
Right.
So Keener goes to the line. Boy, he's played a nice ball game tonight.
Oh, just steady and consistent the whole time.
Free throw is good. 12, 13, 14, 15 points for Keener. As out of the ball game will come Graham. Into the ball game will come Davis.
Boy, and Astoria went small.
Yes,
I mean, their
they
two
did.
biggest guys are out right now.
Second free throw, Keener, is good. 39-17. You could not tell me that Astoria was going to come in and really just get out-hustled and outplayed end-to-end.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe outscored, but not out-hustled. And that's what's happening right now.
Tillamook's a better basketball team, but they are outworking the Fishermen right now as well. 39-17, Cheesemakers. Right wing, Van Gundy going to kick. Johnson, 18-footer, no good. Backside rebound laid up and in by Erickson. He gets his first two of the ball game. Keener, right side, they break the pressure. Down to Bloom. Back to Rodriguez. Astoria with the ball, or excuse me, Tillamook with the ball. Astoria really gave the Cheesemakers fits with pressure up in Astoria. Has not been the case here. Rodriguez, left side to Keener. Pump fake against Poyer. Off on top to begin. Looking cutter. Goes to the dribble. That could have been a double dribble. No call. Lob pass inside to Oldenkamp. Got it down low, laid it up and in.
Nice job.
Nice high low and a good second move by Oldenkamp to get two.
Boy, those long arms pay off, don't they?
41-19.
Luke's up to 10 points. Blaine, what'd you say, 15?
Yep.
Good outing by the low man.
Astoria has 4 points in the second half. Minute 40 left to play in the third. Long shot. Erickson for three is good. He, I said, is the one shooter that can do it, and Astoria takes a quick timeout. We will as well. No, we won't. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 41-22, Cheesemakers after the three by Erickson.
Well, you know, it makes you wonder if, you know, their coach, Astoria, went small here. Maybe they're going to start firing some threes up and see if they can get back in the game.
Well, what do you do at this point?
That's right.
You're down 19 after a three-point shot. You've only scored 22 in almost three quarters. You've only got a quarter left. Obviously, at this pace, you're not going to win a ball game unless something changes.
And they've really worked hard. They've been patient and trying to get the ball inside, but it hasn't worked.
Oh,
why not cast up some threes and see it? Because that's how you're going to get yourself back in, I'd say.
Complete domination by the Cheesemakers so far. Of course, we're still 9.5 minutes from being over with a minute 34 left to play in the third period. 41-22. Tillamook with the ball against full court pressure. Oldenkamp into Rodriguez. They're going to trap. They go to Keener. Keener down the floor, right side begin. They'll hold the ball and set the offense. Working against a man-to-man defense. Rodriguez kicking the left side. Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp going to move in at the elbow. Triple teamed inside. Going to dribble now. Go down the lane and kick it out. Going to be 3 seconds.
Johnny Begin went down there. I hope that nothing bad there.
And it's not 3 seconds, and he's going to come off the floor, hobbling. Tore his ACL early in the year. And Johnny will hobble off towards the locker room. That ACL was not ever repaired. He's playing with a brace. They knew that could be an issue and a potential re-injury, although they said it's not like you're going to hurt it any worse other than the pain that you might go through. And so we'll see if obviously we won't see Johnny back tonight, I'm sure. It was a 3-second call, so the Cheesemakers turn it over. Erickson left side going to shoot the fade from 17. No good. Poyer fights and gets the rebound. Long shot, he turnover for three. No good. Keener down with the board. Whistle foul on the backside. Going to be Poyer. So the Cheesemakers, only the third team foul against Astoria here in the second half, and Tillamook has none.
They just haven't blown. But again, it's not a very aggressive game either way. You know, both teams are being kind of careful, so not many whistles.
Minute 3 left to play in the third. Backcourt almost turned it over. Goes ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez down the floor, left side to Bloom. Bloom, long cross court, Wetzel, 18-footer. In and out, no good. Got his own rebound. Nice strong board. Put it up and in. Oh, what a play by Jason Wetzel.
That was just athletic right there.
43-22. He is so much stronger than he was a year ago. Left side Erickson, baseline. Poyer, turnaround 8 is good. Nice shot by Poyer there on the fade with somebody in his face. Wetzel, long pass, gets it at midcourt. He's going to take it all the way himself down the lane, plays it up and in.
He's just exploded past him.
Eterno down the floor. Oh, bad fall by Eterno as he went high in the air. Comes down hard on his shoulder and apparently is hurt as the official calls him in. Cheesemakers had 2 players there. Eterno tried to go between them up and over, and he came down on his arm, on the side of his face. Eterno is breathing in pain on the floor, and this will take a few seconds with 18 seconds left to play in the half. It's 45-24 Cheesemakers, and we're going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be back. Seconds remaining, and Astoria will be able to bring somebody in off the bench to shoot the free throws. And as we said at the break, Bob always gets cleanup duty.
That's right. Somehow he ends up with the towel and the squirt bottle.
And so Bob Lamb, Jerry Dorland going to try to clean the blood off the floor. And, of course, they always use white towels.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you don't get red towels to clean blood off the floor, because although the drama certainly is gained with the red towel, you didn't see a lot of the blood because it was right in the wide black end line until you put it on a white towel.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you, Eterno has no fear. He just went flying to the bucket, even though there were 2 or maybe even 3 Cheesemakers.
He tried to split them. The Cheesemakers didn't actually go to him to foul.
No, it wasn't a hard foul at all.
No, not at all. But he's 5'6", and he can get off the ground, and that's a long ways coming down. First. Looking at the assistant coach, he holds his fingers up about 3 inches long. So that tells you how wide or how long the gash is when it split them open. And I'm guessing Alex Eterno is going to get introduced to the Tillamook emergency room.
Yeah, I would guess he's going to have a little stitch scar to remember this event by.
To the line will go Jacob Graham with 18 seconds left in the third. Tillamook up by 21. Graham, free throws no good.
I'm not sure why you put Graham in. He was 1 for 3 before that.
No,
you get your choice.
You can pick any guy you have on the bench. Graham gets 1 out of 2. With the ball back court, 45-25. Cheesemakers with a lead. Back court, they get it across. Left side, Keener. Oh, he's fouled by Astoria, no call. Hands off to Rodriguez, 6 seconds left. Seaholm, baseline, waits, tough shot off the baseline, it's good! A little fade over Van Gundy, and the Cheesemakers lead after 3, 47-25. We'll be back in 1 minute. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. Randy Shield along with Bruce Rhodes, your broadcast crew. I mentioned early in the game what a great crowd we have. I really didn't specify what a great student section we have tonight over there with the Tillamook High School pep band and an entirely full student section as well, and they've been on their feet the entire ball game.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. I'm sure they came revved up for a close game, and it's been a little disappointing from that standpoint.
Just a small bit. Because I would a lot rather win big than not win at all. Baseline pass, Van Gundy with the foul over the back. That'll be the 4th team foul on Astoria. And Astoria really, in the second half, has gone through the motions.
Yeah.
Whatever was said at halftime didn't do it.
No, it didn't work, did it?
No.
They just have looked beat this second half.
Oldenkamp running the inbound play, goes out to Seaholm. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be same inbound again. As they'll set it up. Goes out of the corner. Cheesemakers running Oldenkamp off a screen. Goes baseline to Rodriguez. Nice drive. Dishes it down low. Tipped away. Poyer saves it back in off Keener and out of bounds. Poyer really hasn't shown a lot tonight, basketball-wise. Athleticism you see in flashes, but he has not played intense or inspired either like we saw up there.
Yeah, you know, last year I saw him playing a game where he made a huge difference defensively.
Yep.
And tonight it just hasn't been there.
Cheesemakers have also adjusted and not passed the ball directly by him. Van Gundy has it checked out of bounds by Wetzel. Tillamook is very much aware of where Poyer is, and he has, I don't know if he has any steals tonight. Very few anyway.
Yeah.
And Tillamook will ask for timeout. It's a 30, so we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, you just haven't noticed him out there. No. I mean, he takes the majority of their shots. He's the one guy that looks for a shot consistently, but you haven't really noticed. He only has 6 points and has missed more shots than he's made, that's for sure. So.
Well, and that's part of the problem with Astoria is they really don't have an offensive go-to guy. Now, last year they had a lanky kid who could light it up from the outside that really could cause you problems. They don't have a kid like that this year that'll fire it up. The one real good shooter they have on the outside literally has a hard time making a shot for himself.
Yeah, he's not real quick.
He needs
if
to be
he's
open.
Set.
And so all those things have played out, and it clearly, Tillamook, the second-ranked team in the state, looks every bit that good tonight.
That's what I was thinking earlier. This last 2 weeks, we've looked like the second-ranked team in the state.
And I'd say we didn't before that.
No, we were winning, but it wasn't always pretty.
Astoria?
No, Bob didn't do his job, maybe.
I think they're still looking at the floor.
Maybe just whether it's a little slick from the wipe-up juice.
So Astoria will bring it in underneath their own basket. Davis out left side. There's Erickson for 3. Got only a glass. Rebound comes down to the Cheesemakers. Now they'll push out of back court. Rodriguez across the timeline, top of the key, feeds left side. Tillamook will set it up. Dan Seaholm's done a very nice job tonight as well, controlling the tempo of this game. Wetzel down the lane, kicks off. Rodriguez for 3 before the shot. As Rodriguez hit the 3, it's going to be a foul against Astoria.
I bet Josh wishes he could have that one back.
He rattled a 3 down, his first outside J today.
Again, only the 6th foul called on this half. 5 on Astoria, 1 on Tillamook.
Oldenkamp will bring it in. Waiting. Finally goes out on top to Seaholm. Nice job on the play by Seaholm as Lund out to defend him. Lund has been a non-factor here in the second half as well. Erickson gets the screen. They go right side. Dishes low. Keener, nice pump fake. Goes in tight. Lays it up. He missed it. Got his own rebound. Laid it up. He's fouled. He missed it again.
That one just rolled and tipped and almost fell in, but it fell out instead.
Good up fake by Keener, and Poyer just went sailing by.
Just sailing by him.
And
Poyer jumped so high, it actually went over him, it looked like.
And he missed a shot twice. He goes to the line to shoot 2. Yet to score in the second half for the Cheesemakers. Still that way, in the final period, not the second half. Leading 47-25. Remember, this was the Quappa League Championship showdown here tonight. It's been a show, but down is Astoria.
But all Cheesemakers.
48-25, 1 free throw is made, and Tillamook fouls on the other end.
Yeah, and this has been a game. Every quarter has been Tillamook.
Every quarter. Tillamook's outscored Astoria 18-10, 12-5, 17-10.
Yep.
That makes it easy. Matt Bryant and Dan Ginger in the ball game. Oldenkamp and Wetzel out. Bloom also in the ball game. Rodriguez out.
And again, we've seen Tillamook bench players play very well and being extremely productive out there.
Inbounds play. Poyer gets it underneath, lays it up and in. 48-27. We were a little surprised coming into this ball game that Astoria didn't bring a lot of fans.
No, not much of a turnout at all, and that does surprise me.
Certainly does. Ginger with the ball on the left wing. Going to come around a high screen to Bloom. Bloom off to Keener. Keener pump fake. Going to reverse out on top and hold again.
I think if he would have done a little bit more, he would have had Poyer in the air again.
Matt Bryant lost it at the top of the key and then batted it out of bounds. Cheesemakers turn it over. Only the 11th turnover of the ball game for Tillamook, and Astoria racked up 13-14 in the first half. But they've taken care of the basketball better in the second half as well.
But the pace of the game has just gotten very slow.
Yeah,
both ways.
Which plays right into the Cheesemakers' hands with a 21-point lead. Erickson, 18-footer, is no good. Bryant can't hang on. Max Johnson does, saves it back into Lund. Foul on Bloom.
They're trying to set Erickson up to shoot, but ball's not coming off his hand very good.
No, he's not looking good. He hit 1 3, and since then's been 0 for. 5:38 left to play in a game. Lund, alley-oop, inside Poyer. There's athleticism. Missed a shot, but he'll shoot 2. And that'll be Matt Bryant.
As third foul, yep.
Eterno went in, got his sweats on, and he will head out of the gym with that pad over his head and with a hand from the stands as well. Tillamook fans have a clear understanding of what basketball is all about.
Yeah, they're very knowledgeable fans. Very. A lot of games. Very respectful there, giving Eterno a round of applause as he left the gym.
Free throw by Poyer is good. And timeout going to be Astoria timeout. It'll be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. As Tillamook leads 48-28. I know Poyer made his second free throw. He must have made his first one as well.
No, missed the first, made the second.
So Tillamook by 20 is the student section on the far side doing the stomp.
Trying to get a little bit of energy going, a little bit of noise, because the game really hasn't produced it.
It certainly hasn't.
You know, a lot of times the Astoria coach gets really worked up, and he's ranting and raving and stalking the sideline, and he's had a pretty mellow night. It's like they kind of came here expecting to lose.
Tillamook jumped out to an 8-0 lead. They're up 18-10 at the end of the first quarter and really never looked back. And Astoria never made a good run.
No, you think maybe they're going to step up the defensive pressure or fire up a bunch of threes and really get it, try to make something happen. And they just kind of played their way through. Nothing special, just looking like they're ready for that horn to go off at the end of the fourth quarter and head on home.
I don't know if they have enough time to change that attitude now.
No, I don't think so. No, not 20 points.
It would take a monumental fold by the Cheesemakers.
Yeah, well, I guess we shouldn't say that too loud.
No, we shouldn't. Rodriguez with the ball in backcourt. Going to work against that 2-1-2 full court pressure. Keener to Oldenkamp, get it across the timeline. They do it to Yinger. Down the lane, Rodriguez. He missed it. Keener follow. He missed it. Rebound comes down to Hatcher. Oh, 2 good looks, just didn't get it down. Left side Poyer. Pump fake for 3. Inside Hatcher. Checked by Keener. Whistle. Foul. Cheesemaker fans did not like that one. And the Boo Birds start rolling around the rafters here.
Blaine, of course, is always so polite. Even when he complains to the ref, he's got a smile on his face.
To the line will go Jake Hatcher. Hatcher at 6'3", has 4 points in the game, has only taken 4 shots. He just hasn't gotten the ball inside.
No, he's not a real, you can tell, not a real smooth player. He looks more a physical player.
And that's a 5th team foul by the Cheesemakers now, as they have racked up a few here in the final period.
We go big again with Matt, Blaine, and Luke in the lineup.
Starting lineup except Rodriguez in for Seaholm, the only difference. 1 out of 2 as Bryant gets a rebound. 48-29, Tillamook. Rodriguez on top, left side, Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp around to Matt Bryant. I like the offense. Driving down the lane. Wetzel, tough shot, didn't get it to go. Left the door open on the backside. Poyer, breakaway, lay-in for 2. Cheesemakers cannot give up easy buckets and quick buckets like that. Rodriguez across the timeline. Keener, pump fake, traveled, no call. Wetzel with the ball. Cheesemakers, good timeout by Greg Warner. 48-31, 4:39 left to play in the game. And the Cheesemakers' 30-second timeout. We'll have to keep this one here again.
You know, sometimes in a game like this, as the team in the lead, it's hard to keep that same energy going and the same intensity. And right now it looks like the Cheesemen are a little bit flat.
They certainly are. As the Cheesemakers with a 48-31 lead with 4:39 left to play in the ball game. Tillamook will have the ball, and I don't know if Greg's going to go into the motion offense and go ahead and try to run some time off the clock. The fear you have in that case is that you lose all momentum and all offensive motion and you start turning the ball over,
Yep.
you get easy, quick buckets going the other way. At the same time, you certainly don't want to push the ball for quick shots like we've seen the last couple trips down.
So my guess is he's going to try to burn a little clock here.
And here comes a trap from Astoria. Long cross court. Wetzel loses it, got it back again, has it tied up. Going to be a foul on Lund. Wetzel will go to the line to shoot 1-on-1. Wetzel fortunate there to get the foul.
Yeah, he kind of took off running before he got a handle on the ball.
And the traveling, which we saw many of in the first half, we haven't seen much of in the second half.
No.
Student section, many of them actually sat down. Free throw, no good. Rebound, fought for. Poyer saves back in, goes to Keener. Lob inside to Bryant. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. That'll be the 8th team foul. The importance of that is you only get one more one-on-one opportunity if Astoria goes to the fouling situation and tries to put the Cheesemakers on the line. Shooting 2 certainly changes that game as well. As you see, the Cheesemakers just miss the front end of the one-on-one. Free throw by Bryant is no good. He'll get the second of the 2-shot foul. Still a 17-point lead with 4:25 left to play in the game. Tillamook has not scored in the final period. Second free throw's no good as well. They missed 3 free throws in a row that trip down the floor.
Well, that hurts.
Lund, right to left, makes a move on Rodriguez. Tough play. Checked by Keener. Great block by Blaine Keener. He went back, saved it back in, but bounced out of bounds. It'll be Astoria ball again.
Boy, showing off a little athleticism right there.
Got up in the air with the ball. Looks, goes clear out on top. Pass inside. Hatcher turn. This time it's rejected by Bryant. Choose your medicine. Cheesemakers 2 blocks that trip down. They have the ball halfway through the final period of play. Right wing Wetzel. Wetzel on top of Rodriguez. Back to Wetzel. Wetzel baseline. Won't look inside. He kicks it back. Free throw line. Oldenkamp. Hands back to Rodriguez. Cheesemakers set it up again. Rodriguez. Sideline right. Wetzel. Skip past Keener. Keener looks baseline. Wetzel wide open for 3. Good!
Nice rhythm to that and burned a little clock as well.
51-31. Cheesemakers with 3.5 minutes left to play. If there was any doubt, I think that put a nail in the big old coffin.
I do too.
Johnson down the lane, lost it, picked off, and Wetzel breakaway down the floor. Could have been showtime if he'd just turned around, but he lays it up and in.
Yeah, you know, if he could have dropped it to one of the big guys, it could have flushed it.
53-31, Cheesemakers. 3 minutes left to play. Poyer, right wing, Lund, 3. No good again. Rebound, Hatcher back out to Poyer. Left side, bounce pass inside, step through Johnson, puts it up and in. And Astoria wants timeout. We'll take this one as well. 53-33. Cheesemakers will be back in 1 minute.
Just pretty much handled.
No, just did not compete.
Didn't compete tonight. Didn't compete.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating for him.
Yeah. Well, that just doesn't happen very often.
No.
I mean, this coach, like I say, he usually gets them rolling pretty good. I think our freshman one. Yeah.
Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball, 53-33. As the Tillamook Cheesemakers and the Fishermen square off here. The Cheesemakers, if they win, one of their next 3 ball games are Coapa League champions.
That's a good position to be in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you got YC, Banks, and
Scappoose
left. Surely we can get one of those.
With the ball, Rodriguez in backcourt. He's fouled, or the pass to Seaholm, and then the foul. Seaholm to go to the line. He'll shoot 1-on-1. And is Astoria really going to prolong the agony by hacking their way through the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds?
Well, I hope not.
I hope not, for their sake as much as ours.
That's right. Yeah, they got to ride home still tonight.
And it's only going to widen the gap, and they've got Alex Eterno to get out of the emergency room after getting stitched up as well.
That's right. And there's really no point in it with a 20-point game going on.
Now it's 21 as Dan Seaholm gets the first free throw.
Dan's played a good game tonight.
Yes, he has. He has really progressed in the last month as well.
Yeah, you've seen his improvement right along with the whole team's improvement.
Both free throws are good. It's 55-33. This is going to send a message around the league and around the state that what was close the first time around, the Cheesemakers are really playing good basketball now.
Yeah, peaking at the right time.
Lund down the lane, missed a shot. It's going to be Bryant on the foul. As he went high in the air, almost got a piece of it.
I'm not sure how Matt ended up on the ground there.
Well, I think it was Wetzel or somebody that ended up underneath him, and that'll be Matt's 4th personal foul. But all 3 of those are starting for Astoria.
That's right. And again, you look around our league,
yeah,
and our second 5 is as good as basically as about any team in our league.
Yeah, would have a run for a league title. Yep. You could pull 5 guys the second 5 off and give a real legitimate run,
which is just pretty incredible.
Lund's first free throw is no good. Second free throw on the way is good. He gets 1 out of 2. Luke Oldenkamp goes down with a slip. Got beat by Newport here. And the Cheesemakers have a little better draw this year. Right side, Wetzel going to go down the lane. Scooped, he lost it out of bounds, or got knocked out of bounds. And Tillamook will bring it in underneath their own basket. Tillamook will play the winner of, if it were today, it would be Gladstone and Ontario, who would play in Gladstone, and then the winner would come here. So that gives you an idea of the types of teams that could be around. Of course, Tillamook saw Gladstone early in the year and had a tough game with them. Cheesemakers beat Gladstone, I think, by 4. With the ball, good ball movement, double teamed. Oldenkamp ripped loose. He fights for it. Ginger goes and gets it again. He gets fouled about 3 times before the whistle blows, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. When Tillamook played Gladstone early in the year, they won 37. Good basketball to watch here at home yet, as they'll play Banks at home. Tillamook's away both. On Friday, they'll go to YC. And then the following Thursday, we'll be home against Banks. Free throws are good.
And that's the end of the Quappa League play, just like that.
And that's it. With the ball out on top, waiting and holding. Lund, minute 45 left to play in the game.
You know, and we really should give Coach Werner credit.
Oh.
He's done a really good job of keeping a lot of kids playing across the year and building the performance of the team as the season plays out.
Shot missed by Poyer. Wetzel with a rebound. He'll go sideline left all the way into the corner. Now down low to Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp sends it out, but is picked off by Lund. Lund down the floor left to Poyer. Poyer with the ball. He'll pass inside, and it's picked off by Oldenkamp. Nice job jumping the passing lane there. And Tillamook's going to call a timeout and get some guys in the game. Welcome back to Cheesemaker Basketball. Huge cheer.